All right, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. This is Apple's huge new push into AI, and it's designed to completely change how you use your iPhone, your iPad, all the devices you probably use every single day. So let's just start with this idea. What if your phone could do more of the heavy lifting for you? Imagine your iPhone becoming less of a tool you command and more of a real assistant that actually gets what you're trying to do and helps you write, create, and get things done way faster. And that really brings us to the core philosophy here. Apple is calling this AI for the rest of us. The whole goal is to make all this powerful AI stuff practical and genuinely useful in our day-to-day lives, without you needing a computer science degree to figure it out.
Now here's the most important thing to get. This isn't some new app you have to go download. Think of it more like a new, super smart layer that's built right into your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. It's designed to make the apps you already use, well, just a lot smarter.
Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks. How is this actually going to change the apps you're using every single day? Because for most of us, this is where it's all going to come to life. First up, and this is a big one, your writing is about to get a major upgrade. Across the system, in mail, messages, notes, you name it, you're going to find these new writing tools ready to jump in and help. And this is where you can see how powerful this is going to be. You can get the gist of a super long email thread in just a few seconds. Have your work proofread before you hit send, or, and this is cool, you can even rewrite a text to sound a little more professional, or maybe a bit more friendly. It's kind of like having a personal editor built into everything. Now for some of the fun stuff. On the more creative side of things, you can now create your own custom emojis. Apple's calling them Gemojis, just by typing out what you want. So yeah, if you want a T-Rex in a party hat, you can just make one, right from your keyboard. But okay, maybe one of the biggest changes, the one we've all been waiting for, Siri is finally getting a real overhaul. Instead of that little orb, you'll see this slick, glowing light that wraps around the edge of your screen. But it's not just about looks. The new Siri can actually work across your apps because it understands what's on your screen. So you can ask it to do multi-step things, like, hey Siri, brighten up this photo and then text it to mom, and it'll just do it. No more jumping between apps yourself. All right, so probably the biggest question on your mind right now is, do I even get this on my device? And that's a super important question because all this new power requires some pretty specific hardware. Yeah, because these AI models take some serious horsepower, Apple Intelligence is only going to be on the newer devices. For iPhones, you're going to need an iPhone 15 Pro or anything newer. And for iPads and Macs, you'll need one with at least an M1 chip inside. Okay, so whenever we talk about our devices getting this personal and this aware of our data, the next big question is always about privacy. And for good reason. So let's look at how Apple is tackling this. Apple is taking a really interesting two-pronged approach. For most of the tasks, like summarizing an email you just got, it all happens right there on your device. It never goes to the cloud. But for the really complex stuff, it sends your request to secure servers running on Apple's own chips in a system they're calling private cloud compute. So, where is all this headed? Well, Apple's making it pretty clear that what we're seeing now is just step one of a much, much bigger plan. And here's a huge deal. Apple has actually partnered with OpenAI. This means if Siri can't handle a really complex question, like planning a detailed trip itinerary, it will ask for your permission to send the query over to ChatGPT to get you a much better answer. Now, don't expect all of this to drop on day one. It's going to be a phased rollout. The first writing tools are coming in the fall of 2024. Then, things like Genmoji and the ChatGPT integration will follow later in the year. And the really big Siri overhaul, the one that can truly understand your personal world, that's expected a bit further down the road in 2026. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, what does this all really mean? It's a fundamental shift. Apple is turning your devices from just tools into actual assistants that are designed to understand your context and help you get things done way more efficiently. And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. As our devices get smarter and start to understand us on a deeper level, how is that going to change the very way we work, create, and just connect with each other every single day? Look, this space is moving at lightning speed, and it's not slowing down. Subscribe to stay updated about latest AI developments that could directly impact you.